TJB Chris here again with the second in my series of SEP Tandy videos I'm calling Bigly Tandy. Bigly Tandy, we're taking a look at application programs for the TRS-80 Model II line of systems, 212, 16, 16B, 6000. Hey, I remembered the 16 this time. In this video, I'm going to cover SCRIPSIT, the ubiquitous Tandy word processing program that has many versions for most of the machines, and almost none of them are the same. Today we're going to cover two main versions of SCRIPSIT. We're going to cover SCRIPSIT version 2.1 on TRSDOS, and we're going to cover SCRIPSIT 16 on XENIX. So we're going to demonstrate a little bit of the functionality. I'm going to walk through some of the menus and just operating it. The versions vary a little bit in terms of how you interact with them, and I'm going to do some basic search and replace, including replicating the search and replace from the Mr. Wizard's World episode that featured SCRIPSIT in the Model 12 back in the 1980s. But to help me along, we have a couple of special guests. The first special guest is this Star NX1000 printer. I may not have a Tandy printer on hand, but I have this guy. And this is a 80 column dot matrix standard fan fold printer. Feeding the paper just now is like transporting back into time. I actually got it with the Tandy 1000 SX. That's another story. And to connect it to the Model 12, I have this new in package with this integrated rubber band printer cable, and I can't believe I'm going to open this. I'm going to bend the staples out and try and preserve them. I'm not just going to go ripping the bag open like a Neanderthal or anything, but we need to hook the printer up to the computer, so it's time to break the cherry. Alright, let's take a look. The Model 12 is running SCRIPSIT 2.1. The Model 16 running XENIX is running SCRIPSIT 16. So we're going to start off on the Model 12 and make our way to the 16. I'm just going to walk through some of the features and other bits that are here. Just for reference, there are a couple of other versions of SCRIPSIT. There is a SCRIPSIT 3.0, which I think the main feature for that seemed to be that it came on TRSDOS version 4, TRSDOS 2 version 4 disks. The key sequences and help seem to be mostly the same. I don't know much else more about the differences because there's not really manuals or documentation for the Model 2 line SCRIPSIT software. Anyway, let's get to it. First things first. I feel like that group from the 90s that sang Zoot Suit Riot. Except maybe a little less creepy. Anyway, let's see if we can get these staples bent. I have just enough of a fingernail going here. I should be able to do this without wrecking it. There we go. When was the last time you opened a new accessory for a computer from Radio Shack? This is the cable. You got your IDC end for the Model 12, 16, whatever, in this case the 12. And then we've got our Centronics end for the printer. Alright, the most riveting portion of our evening. We're going to attach the cable here. See, it's marked top here. So, well, there's a little pop here. The connector's high enough. So I can see a little bit of bend in the pins here, so I'm going to try and line this up. I have to, oh, there we go. Perfect. Alright, we're connected on the Model 12 end. Let's go printer side. Alright, the printer side, on this one the printer connection's on the side. And it looks like this is going to be a little funny looking, but that's okay. I'll just connect this and I'll reline the cable later. Yeah, that's how it's going to have to go. And we're connected. Let's see if I can get this routed in such a way that, there we go. Let's fire it up, shall we? Look at that. Okay, now that we've got our printer fired up and ready to go, I think it's time to be productive in SCRIPSIT. We'll type something up, print it, and maybe decide we need to make some corrections. Let's take a look at that. Alright, I'm going to do my best to type here while being out of frame. You didn't come here to see me, and you got to in the last video. Alright, let's go down to Wizard 1. And I have to hit O for open, and this document does not have a password. SCRIPSIT does allow you to password protect documents. We're going to have to try that out. I want to see what it does. Every time you open a document in SCRIPSIT, you get this screen of questions and answers to fill out. The nice thing is for a lot of these, like the author and all that other stuff, you can pre-fill what you want, numbers of lines per page, etc. So, not exactly sure what activity level is meant to denote, but there it is. I don't know what the format line is, but D default, as Homer Simpson said, the two greatest words in the English language. I'm just going to enter through the prompts. And here we go. We've got the pre-search and replaced, 1 for the money, 2 for the act, 3 to get ready, and 4 to stop from Mr. Wizard. Let's take a look at, I think Escape H will give me the help. Yes, it will. Okay, so let's see. I want to see if I can figure out how to print this. So there's a whole bunch of help, and basically what happens is the first letter is the letter you hit while holding escape, and then, as you saw on the screen, the prompt popped up, and then the second letter is the one you hit. Alright, so let's do enter to see the next screen. And we've got document moving, go to get page, go to page, blah, 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 blah. Okay, UP. Okay, let's do this. So, break. Okay, escape U. And we're going to hit P for print. Now, the thing is, there's no special characters here because this thing's not going to understand in the star NX1000. So, straight up ASCII should work, but I'm not going to get fancy with the formatting here. Maybe we'll just see what we got. Alright, well, there's not a whole bunch here, so do I want to add line numbers? No. Pitch 10, sure. See if I actually get anything out of this. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, no. Yeah, so we're going to have some printer driver issues. So we're going to have to see if we can figure out either how to configure the printer to be a little dumber, or how to configure SCRIPSIT to use a more generic printer. Okay, let's do that. Alright, let's go to Utilities and see what we got. Let's see. Print control code editing. What do you have here? A to Z, break to cancel, hold to restore previous. Actually, didn't change anything, so I don't think hold will do anything. May not be much to do on this end. Let me see. Break. I'll bet the issue is 132 columns. So I'm going to do some playing around in the background because you came here to watch SCRIPSIT and not printer crap. So if the printer's part of it, it is. If it's not, well, you came here to see SCRIPSIT anyway. So on to SCRIPSIT itself. Okay, turns out I figured it out in like 5 minutes. I was right. It was the forms command, and actually I used the physical copy of the TRSDOS manual that I have. Okay, back to SCRIPSIT. All right, back to SCRIPSIT after our printing snafu. And we're going to go and we're going to first try and play with a little bit of text moving around and some of the basic word processing power that SCRIPSIT brings. So let's open my first Mr. Wizard document, Wizard 1, and this actually contains the text, no password. This actually contains the text that was used in the Find and Replace, the Global Search and Replace episode he did, the little segment he did. So every time you open a document, you get questioned. So what are you opening? Are you still the author? Lines per page. I don't know what the activity level is, but whatever. Okay, so obviously this isn't right, but this is how Mr. Wizard had it. Demonstrate the point. 1 for the money, 2 for the act, 3 to get ready, and 4 to stop. Honestly, I can kind of get behind that. And so the first thing I think I want to do is see if I can duplicate it. So let's see here. I believe it's Control D. Yes, okay, so paragraph, above, below, and then the block is what am I going to do with it? You can lock it. Interesting, okay. Let's do this. Sentence, paragraph. What does it think the paragraph is? Oh, nope, that's not what I want. Alright, I did see above on there, right? Let's do this. Control D. Okay. A for above. Ooh, oh wait, I got the line feed too. Perfect, okay. Now I want to deduplicate it. Deduplicate. Let's see, and I believe Control R. Yep. Oh, I got one too many O's. That's interesting. I don't know what that is. Huh, interesting. I wonder if the O is a formatting thing? Weird. Let me do Escape H and see what's in the helps here. I think there's an undo mode too. Let's see if I can do that. Unedit the page. Control U, U. Okay, Control U, U. Hey, okay. So let's do this. Let's do Control D above. Okay. Duplicate. And I'm going to say Control R. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. It included the. Oh, I see. The cursor was on it. So it includes the character under the cursor as well. I should have put it at the end of the line. Okay. But would that have gone. Oh, interesting. Well, let's find out. If I put the cursor at the end of this, and I say, okay, no, I could have just done that. Control D above. Okay, it does include. Okay, fine. So let's do another one. Control R. Cool. And of course, I could have done multiple ones if I really wanted to. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm gonna undo that then. Undo. Okay, so let's do the Mr. Wizard exercise. Let's global search and replace these things. So I'm gonna hit Control U and G for global search and replace. I want to replace the string I'm going to look for is act. Ignore case, sure. I want to replace it with show. I'm going to start at page 1. This way, wherever the cursor is, I shouldn't. So it looks like if I do C for cursor position and I'm at the bottom, it's not going to do everything. Do I want to stop at each occurrence or just repeat continuously? Let's stop at each occurrence and see what it does. Okay, well, there's the first one highlighted. Yes, no, cancel all. Yes. Yes. Okay, fine, all. Hey, look at that. Replaced 4. Okay. So now let's do the same thing for stop, because reinforcement makes you learn better. Control U. I almost hit the D, so I obviously need the reinforcement. G for global search and replace. And now we're going to go stop. And we're going to say go. And same thing, start at the top, because now the cursor's toward the bottom, so I'm betting it's not going to do that. What I want if I don't do that. And let's just go for broke and make it go. Replaced 4. Hey, look, that looks correct. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. Isn't that lovely? Let's see what else this can do. Alright, print codes. Underscore, underline, surrounded text. Alright, let's try that, just because, you know what? On this last go, G-O, now. Oh, that's interesting. Huh, that's interesting. I didn't expect that exactly. That's interesting. Alright, let's do this. Let's get rid of the block. I'm pretty sure it said I could Control U. Oh no, sorry, Control D. Like I said, learning. Let's go below. And if I do move it, it deletes the block. Yes, okay. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go. Okay. This is me thing for underline fun. Okay. Now the interesting thing is, did I have to do anything before that? It behaved differently last time, and I'm not exactly sure why. Oh, because I'm a dumb son of a bitch, that's why. I know what I did. Okay. I'm getting good at deleting stuff. I know why. Because you have to do this. Escape, Shift. Okay, that. Will this be under? Oops. Lined. I mean, it may. Oop, that didn't go. Escape, Shift. There we go. Okay, and I saw in the help menu, Control V will turn off the formatting characters. It does leave the little underlining cursor. So I'm actually going to see what happens if I print this. Control V, P, print. Okay, from the beginning to the end, all the lines, all the stuff. Look at that. It actually underlined it. I'm kind of surprised. Must be the basic control codes are pretty standard. I can get this printer to print darker, but it's going to double down on it. I don't really want to do that with the ribbon, so we're just going to not do that. Alright, well that was cool. Okay, so formatting works. Let's try out that password protect feature. So let's do this. We're going to depress the F1 key to create a new document. And I'm going to give it a very secure password. I mean, it's a strong enough password that I can secure the air shield with it, and also my luggage. I think it's great. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're gonna call this Spaceballs. And I am the author. Got the same combination on my luggage. Okay. Of course, let's put a hint to the password into the description so everyone knows what it is. Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you, if I can type, playing with your dolls again. And that's going to be good. Anyway, let's now exit this and see what happens when we try to use the document with the incorrect password. Okay, so there we are. Document number 2. If I just type 2, yep, it'll do it. Okay, and then I will hit the O key for open. And I think the password is Vespa, as in princess Vespa. Password is in fact incorrect. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to have to try the same combination as on my luggage. Hey, look, we're in. And we're just going to enter our way through this. I don't know if there's a way to just say all good. But anyway. And there's our document. You know what? Let's give this a print and just see what we get. Didn't put this printer out for nothing. In case you're worried about the paper I'm using, I've got a whole box of this stuff, like a giant, can't even put it in the camera box. Okay, that is the boldface. So there we go. See anything? No, sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good! And we're going to give her back her old nose, and F, even in the future nothing works. And Spaceball 1, they've gone to plaid, and that really is some boldface. Man, that thing meant it. Very cool. Okay, so that's kind of SCRIPSIT version 2.1. And what I'll do here, I'll just give it a little reboot so you can see what happens, because this is the Tandy SCRIPSIT disk, so it boots straight into SCRIPSIT, and then we're going to move over to the Model 16 and XENIX. 2022, and the time is 17.45. And so you get this beautiful splash screen that I didn't want you to miss out on. Copyright 1981 Tandy Corp. 10/16/82. Interesting. 40-column screen, and there's our list of documents. So that's SCRIPSIT 2.1 on TRSDOS. I'm pretty sure this version has to be run from the TRSDOS 2.0 disk. You can't F-copy this to like a TRSDOS version 4 disk. It won't work. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's partly why SCRIPSIT 3.0 exists and why I'm not going to bother with it. It's just, unless I can find any good reason to, there's no reason to waste time watching the same stuff again. Okay, over to the 16. Alright, the Model 16 is up, XENIX is started, I'm logged in, and I've changed to my docs directory where I have a couple of files awaiting editing. So, before I get to that, I'm going to show you the quick reference card. Alright, here's the quick reference card, and I'm sorry I'm kind of shooting my screen here, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try and zoom this in so you can kind of see it without me having to zoom the camera in. A lot of the keys are quite a bit different from SCRIPSIT 2.1, and I don't know that it's as helpful for users and stuff. So I think what I'm going to try and do here is replicate some of what I did. Hopefully we can do the find replace thing. Hopefully we can copy a paragraph. Hopefully we can maybe do a boldface. We won't be printing anything. I'm not going to hook the printer up to the 16. It's just kind of in a corner. But we're going to take a look at how SCRIPSIT works a little differently. Display video codes and text. Okay, that's Control V. I see there are some of the controls. I see we have Control U seems to be unstuff, so that's different. Copy text is escape. Oh. Control UQ. Oh, exit. Okay, so we have a bunch of define. I think is the one I'm looking for. Define. Control D, highlight text for operation. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be quite a bit different. Let's get to it. Alrighty, here we go. I'm going to apologize. This machine has a very reflective screen, and you can see me in it. And I'm going to be kind of standing here because getting close enough the camera doesn't kind of fit with the chair. And if I put the camera too far back, you just get my hairy arm in the frame. So Alright, so off to my right, if you see me kind of looking off and reaching to the side, I have my laptop set up with the quick reference card we just looked at. And that's mainly because I want to make sure I can figure out these key sequences. So if I gawk at it for too long, I'll edit it out, but that's what's happening here. So first things first, you can see the menu's quite a bit different. You don't have that sectioned list of things. Alright, now let's edit one of those documents that we looked at before. Wizard1.doc. Okay, and the same text from Mr. Wizard, 1 for the money, 2 for the act, 3 to get ready, and 4 to stop. Alright, first things first, let's see if we can copy paste text, if I can duplicate it. Alright, Control D is define. It says define. There. Oh, okay, I can do that. Alright, that's nice. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Now, nope. Oh, that's right, I have to hit one of the other, I think there's another, let's see. Copy is escape O. I don't know why that's intuitive, but it's escape O. Alright, let's do this. Let's see if I can just take a shot at Control R. Alright, well, some of the keys do work. Ooh, I didn't know what I did there. Still have my Control R buffer? I do, okay. Actually, let's say I just did that one too many times. And I want to yank it. Alright, so let's do this. We know Control D works, and we know we can arrow key it. Okay. Actually, hold on, let's do this. I want that one too. Okay. Now, how do I... On the old SCRIPSIT, I had to move it. I don't remember seeing, just like in the old one, a delete option. So I'm going to find the move option. Let's escape M. Okay. So that's a good way to delete a block of text. Okay. Alright, so now let's see if we can global search and replace. On the old one, it was Control U. And on this one, Control U basically unboldfaces things. Okay, so if like you underline or boldface or something, so you can't use Control U for that. Okay, so it looks like Escape G, and G was the menu option. Interesting, global highlighted appeared there. G was the menu option in the Control U menu on the Model 12. Okay. Okay, well, I can highlight. I don't want to replace the whole thing. Am I finding? Oh, that backs up on the line. Oh, you gotta hold the repeat key, you dumbass. Okay, what do we got here? Okay. What if I hit S for search? Okay, 1. Oh, because it's in the middle of the word money. Okay, it did go to the next one. Oh, that's neat. So I could say, oh, interesting. So if I want, let's try that again. Escape S. Oh, it's Control S, you dumbass. Okay. So if I go to stop, TOP period, it goes up to the beginning of it. Okay. Alright, what happens if I hit Escape G again? There's the menu. Okay. When in doubt, hit the same thing again, see what it does. Okay. I can find, delete, or replace. I want to replace. Okay, I want to find act. And I want to replace it with show without a semicolon, though. S-H-O-W. I want to stop, repeat. Let's stop. Thank you. Enter. Oh, okay, here we go. There's the first one highlighted. Global search, replace, delete. Yes, no, or also yes. That's it. Oh, and only the paragraph I highlighted. Okay, I didn't know what that meant. Okay. I guess I should have figured that out when the menu went. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, now we highlight the whole thing. And now we hit it again. Okay, now we're going to do this whole thing again. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yes. Alright, let's do all. Thank you. Okay, let's go back in there again. Control G is home. I remember that. Oops, no help, no help. We're helpless. Escape G. I'm sure there's a way to do that better. Enter. You probably can use the page. There's escape page things, page downs or whatever, but escape G again. Almost hit the wrong thing. Okay. Stop. go. Let's just do repeat continuous so I don't have to hit the button a bunch of times. Hey, there it goes. Alright, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. Wasn't that lovely? Let's see. It says, I think, Control-V will put the things on. No, Escape V is defined. So I got them on. How do I uncontrol character it? Control-V put them on, but Control-V is not turning them off. Alright, let's see if we can underline some text now. So, underline is Escape, Shift. Okay, so just like on the other one, right? This... that apparently did not work. Escape, Shift, Le. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not in a mode here. Okay. Oh, I know why. I'm dumb. Let's Control-V, let's put our markers on. Yep, that's what happened. Okay, I'm like, why is this not doing anything? That's actually kind of tough, because if you don't have the markers on, you can't tell. So, okay. Okay, there we go. So, escape. Okay, that's that little character. This should... Okay, now, Control-U was the undo on the video, so... Alright, well it totally says Control-U, Control-U, let's try this actually. Control-U, Shift, Le. Ah, that's it, you don't have to hold it at the same time. Okay. That's what it is. Okay, okay, if I Control-U, Q, that should do it without saving it. So now let's see what happens if we... Perfect. We're back where we started. Yeah. So that's SCRIPSIT struggles. Again, I have no documentation for this, and it's the keys are all different. So you might say, well, you got SCRIPSIT for the Model 3 or the color computer, and actually I did a video where I very briefly showed those different versions. And marked up someplace, yeah, marked up there, there. I'll link that there. And the problem with that is, as you'll see if you watch that short video, they're all different. Even across the machine, it looks the same. It's got some of the same settings, but all the keys are different. It behaves entirely differently. So it's not exactly rockets, well, it is exactly rocket surgery with these things. Without documentation, it's difficult. At least the quick reference card was here for this one. The other one had the help system, so I was able to kind of fumble my way through. But it definitely is, it's useful. It's a passive word processor. One last thing I mentioned in the last video was spell check. Mr. Wizard did a sequence where he demonstrated computer spell check. You'll see it right about there. Yeah, there. Right there. Yeah, so that I can't do because the software unfortunately isn't available to me. I did poke around the Model 2 archive a bit, didn't see it there. I also Googled around and looked in some of the other familiar places, but generally speaking, the archive is kind of the definitive repository of what's available for the big Tandy machines. So that I'm not going to be able to do. As I've been jabbering about this, you've been watching the catalog entry kind of overlay the screen. That is the program. Anyway, up on screen, you'll see. So since I don't have that package, I can't demonstrate that part of it, but I highly recommend you just check out his video. He just walks through it. One thing that he notes in there is that it identifies the word for you, but it doesn't actually correct the spelling. It just basically has a dictionary of words, and if the word it found isn't in that dictionary, it complains at you. And you can add it, or you can take the opportunity to correct it. But that means you either have to know how to spell it or break out your actual dictionary. A far cry from autocorrect. So that's going to do it for SCRIPSIT. Like I say, these are just kind of a look, and you get to watch me fumble through the applications a little bit. I probably will have cut out some of the stuff just because I don't need everything to be 25 minutes long. So, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And join me for the next video where I'm going to be checking out a program called Banner, which is a Model 2 mode program that I'll be running on the Model 12 and should make use of the printer. And it was not a Radio Shack program, so there'll be no catalog listing for it, but it should be an exciting time nonetheless. Thanks for watching.